Back to Cup, so I think it's IndyCar.
Is it cold in here?
Yeah.
Because your zipper's down.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's Rowdy.com Big Three, where we talk NASCAR racing. I'm sitting alongside my friend, Buck Fever. My name is Bass Masters, and joining us on the set for the very first time, none other than Jerome Buzz Cutler, who sits over there.
I like being higher than you guys.
I know it makes you feel good.
That's as it should
But
be.
he's got his little pen in his pocket.
He's going to ask us the questions, and we're going to give him the answers.
All right, there's been some shenanigans going on over at Penske Racing. Something's afoot. Basically, Sam Hornish Jr. is out of a Cup ride. He's not going to be in Cup this season. He will run 10 nationwide races for the captain. So my question to you is, which is more likely to occur first? Sam Hornish Jr. finds himself back in Cup full-time, or Sam Hornish Jr. finds himself back in IndyCar full-time?
I think we balance the budget is more likely.
No, I mean, I think IndyCar is probably 40–50%. Not this year, but eventually, I think he'll find his way back to IndyCar. He's too good of an IndyCar racer not to perform back there. Is there a chance he could make the Cup thing work?
No.
There's a chance.
No.
It's a matter of probability.
No.
That's the question you're asking us. Could he go down to nationwide, run 10 races this year, run the full schedule next year? Penske's got a really good nationwide car tomorrow program. He wins some races and then maybe land a sponsor, come back. Yes, it's possible.
There's a greater
but the
chance.
guy's had 3 years in Cup, and he's just, I think the chances are 5 to 10%.
Dancing with the Stars is a more likely place for him to end up than the car of tomorrow. He's proven he can't do it. I'm sorry. I really like the guy. I thought he was going to be the one to actually make it from open wheel. He didn't do it, so he's not going to come back to Cup. I'm sorry.
Buck Fever has stuck a fork in Sam Hornish Jr.
I mean, he could maybe do Dancing with the Stars, or you know,
It worked for Elio. Let's move on to issue number 2. What Roger Penske is doing with the number 77's owner points is bequeathing them, casting them forth.
I don't think it's bequeathing.
Out of the goodness of his heart
them
to Rusty Wallace for Rusty's young Dauphin, Steve Wallace. So Steve Wallace now has guaranteed starts in the first 5 races of the Cup season.
Well, if he wants to do that. I mean, I think first of all, it's not a done deal yet. I mean, what we heard from our friend Bob Pockris this morning is that RWI, Rusty Wallace Incorporated, is trying to put together a package for Steven. They're not scheduled to go down to this Daytona test that's coming up just yet. So there's still some things that have to fall into place. However, if Stephen Wallace does take those 77 owner points, that will give him a guaranteed start in the Daytona 500.
It guarantees that Rusty Wallace will be in the ESPN booth for the foreseeable future because he's going to have to pay for all the race cars that Stephen Wallace wrecks.
Well, that's not how it works here in NASCAR.
Well, you know, I'm not sure Stephen Wallace is ready for Cup racing. Just call me crazy.
Issue number 3. There was a little incident down under with Tony Stewart, where evidently at a dirt track in New South Wales, there was an incident between he and another driver in the pits, and Tony whooped that dude upside the head with his helmet.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah, I'm glad. I wish he would have done it and drawn blood.
He got questioned by the Popo and was then allowed to return back to the US of A. Tony's back.
Well, you know, Tony Stewart is a fiery race car driver. This is part of his makeup as a competitor. We know this. This is not the first incident. We don't know the details of this. We don't really know what happened. But suffice to say, Tony Stewart has got the fire in the belly, Buck, and he races that way. And when he acts that way, I think that's part of what makes him successful. So I think it's, in a way, it's good that he showed that it doesn't matter where he's racing, whether it's the Indianapolis Motor Speedway or a track in New South Wales, Australia, he's going to be that guy. And so I think that bodes well for his team this year, personally. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm grasping at straws.
He was not that fiery last year. Maybe this shows that he could be fiery and get it together and maybe win a championship next year.
All right, that has been your Rowdy.com Big 3 for today. Thanks for joining us on set.
Well, yes, my people, you are welcome.
I don't know. We'll have to try a different setup next time.
Well,
my name is Bass Masters. This is Buck Fever. Do join us at Rowdy.com, and we will see you right back here on the show next time.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.